wide open and she's won't go. Needs a little help. I'm okay. Is that Jimmy? Jimmy!
Vance.
She's running a little rough.
Is it?
Yeah, I won't go above $4,000, and it, like right now I wanted to just stall.
Really?
Do
you need a ride anywhere? Or
no, I'm just in town in Annandale.
Okay. Well, I'm headed to
I couldn't get it over 50, so I thought I better stop.
Oh, okay. Well.
But it's been kind of off and on.
Okay. All right. Well, if you have any trouble, let me know. I'll come help or do what I can.
I should be able to. Well, if anything, I can move it. It's just like I don't know. It probably something's gummed up.
Just been sitting too.
Yeah, I got to run a few tanks through it and.
Okay. Well. Okay. Well, good seeing you again.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. That might explain why it was running so rough. There's my screen. Jeez Louise. Ay, ay, ay. I wonder if this pump's even any good. Wow. Yuck. So I'm cleaning out my Bandit fuel tank, which was left sitting for about 5 years. Pretty much unused, 90 miles in 5 years, not me. Using distilled vinegar. Got 5.5 gallons in there, and this is going on day 2. I'm not sure if it's working yet. I'm sure it is, all the videos I've seen. One thing I did find out is that whatever chemical reaction's going on in there, it produces air. And I opened it up this morning and it exploded on me basically, and I got covered with vinegar. So my thinking is not to completely close the fuel cap. Otherwise it goes boom, and you can see there's still some air coming out there when I tap on it. And I've got everything sealed up, so I'm not sure. That's got to be a chemical reaction of some sort. Tap, tap, tap. Get that air out of there wherever it's coming from. It's kind of odd that there would be air like that. I don't know. Maybe it's gas. A gas, not gasoline, but gas. You can see it's still coming out. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I'll keep you updated on the progress. So I drained some vinegar out. I wanted to see how well it's working. And it seems to be working really well. There's some goo on the bottom now, but it's not all cakey rust stuff. It's really hard to see in there. It's just one day. So I'm going to pour the vinegar back in and let it do its thing. About to do the last wash on the Bandit tank after soaking with vinegar. I've got diesel fuel in there now, and there's still some residual rust in there. I'm hoping that'll be okay. I am using like I said, diesel fuel when I'm doing that, just for a final wash. I'm using coffee filters to filter out all the crap. You can see all the fine rust I got out of there with this coffee filter. It's working pretty good. Didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to wash it out with water again. That's a little concerning, but I think it'll be okay. One thing I did do is I made this cap to put on instead of having the fuel pump assembly in there, so I could wash it really good. And normally something like this, the holes would be symmetrical around the center, but they are not. So I ended up just taking a piece of paper and punching some holes in it, and it'll only align one way. If you make something like this, it'll only go on one way, and that's it. Got my little red marks on there to do that, so I could slosh around some nuts and bolts and stuff in there, and don't have to worry about breaking anything. Keep going. Alrighty then, about ready to fire this thing up when I get the new pump assembly back in there. Not new pump assembly, new fuel pump. Got a new float assembly. This one was coming apart, wire came apart, rotted off, whatever. Thought something that's important, I'm just going to get a new one, so bye. On to the next steps. Putting this all back together, putting some fuel in it, starting it up. Okay, here we go. New plugs, new air filter, new fuel pump, new fuel sending unit. I just need keys. Let's see what happens if I put keys in. Fuel pump came on, that's a good sign. See if she starts. Oh, put she's in gear. There we go. Popped right off. I was surprised. I thought it would struggle a little bit. Gotta warm up a tad. Trying to identify this noise when I start, or when I turn the key on from the fuel pump. Just sounds weird. See if it makes noise with the cap open. Yep. The heck is that? Try it one more time. Yep. Oh well. So I've ridden about 300 miles on the new fuel pump, and it was making the bizarre noise that I showed on a previous video. And I'm now going to pull the tank and check the fuel pump, check the pressure regulator, check the pressure regulator screen, see if it's clogged. So I'm going to pull the fuel tank off again and check the fuel pump screen and the pressure regulator and the screen that filters out any large particulates into the fuel. See if that makes any difference. The reason I'm doing this is at the beginning of the video, if you heard that bizarre noise coming from the fuel pump, and also now after about 300 miles I am getting a flat spot and some surging around 3,500, 4,000 RPM. So that's that. See how it goes. So the screen is probably, I don't know, a couple weeks old. It's got about 300 miles of fuel on it. And I washed this tank and washed it and washed it and washed it and washed it probably half a dozen times. And you could still see the crud that was released some way, somehow got trapped. Even the little screen cover here has crud in it. So I got to clean all that out. Now let's move on to the pressure regulator, see what that looks like. So I've got the pressure regulator off. Ooh, that's a screen. And it looks fine. I blew some air through it like another fellow member suggested to try and help identify that bizarre noise, but I couldn't duplicate that. And the screen is way inside there. And I scraped it, and I also put the regulator back in its position and blew compressed air through the fuel line, and so that should maybe hopefully release any crap that was in there. I don't know. I'm considering putting a large filter sock, fuel filter sock, over the entire fuel pump to see if maybe that'll help. Maybe it's a dumb idea, I don't know. On to putting it all back together. So I'm ready to prime the pump and start it up and see what happens. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to power it up a couple times, power it down. That sounds okay, good. Not like it was before. It's the fuel pump pressurizing. Let's do it a couple more times. One more. Now let's see if it'll start. Yep. We're right up. That's good news. Now the next test is to go for a ride. Going out with a brand new, what you call it, Harley Pan America. My buddy Rick bought one. Ready, Rick?